Hello everybody, it's Stephanie Rose 88. Um, I woke up like around 2:30 in the morning last night and I felt God put a few things on my heart about marriage. And so I went into the living room and I wrote some stuff down and I felt that I would share it with you guys today. Um, Marriage is such an important topic, especially here in the West. I'm in America, Canada. There's a 50% divorce rate in America, and the divorce rate in the church in America is almost exactly the same, and that's not a very good witness. And it shows that there's a really big issue going on. So anyway, this is what the Lord put on my heart: model God's love through marriage. The Bible talks about this in Ephesians that we're supposed to be modeling the love of God in our marriage. Like the husband is supposed to love the wife like Christ loves the church, and we're supposed to submit to our husbands like we submit to Christ. And it's supposed to be a model of that type of love. True love doesn't love only when it's easy, but rather true love is expressed when loving someone is difficult. Now, sometimes it's really hard to love somebody, and sometimes we don't have those warm, fuzzy feelings. Maybe your husband or your wife has an addiction that they're battling, or a mental illness, or has just not been very kind to you lately, or spending lots of money you don't have. So many things could go wrong in a marriage where it's difficult to love that person. But that's what true love is. God's definition of love is not the world's definition of love. And we really need to just love someone even when they're not giving us what we want or even what we need. We need to use Christ as an example that He loved us while we were yet sinners. He died for us even while we were God haters. So we need to take that as an example, and we're told to do that too in the Bible. Die to self daily. Sacrifice and put your spouse's needs first. As Christians in general, we're supposed to put others before us, and it's even more amplified within marriage. Marriage is such a intimate, it's the most intimate relationship, really. Hi. When you serve your husband, you're serving God too. God commands us to serve our husbands, so if you're not feeling too loving towards your husband, that might help you to remember that you're doing this for God too, not only your husband. The importance of a vow. If you read the Bible, vows are extremely important. God takes our word very seriously. So making a vow to your spouse before God, the three of you are involved: your husband, the husband, the wife, and the Lord. So to break that vow is monumentally serious. So if you're going to break that vow, it needs to be just completely unavoidable situation. Remember that you're not perfect either, and your spouse has to love you too. This is important because many times especially wives I think, but probably husbands too, we just want to focus on our husband, nitpick him, and all the little things about him that is wrong, and the little things that he needs to fix. Meanwhile, we need to remember that we are not Miss Perfect Wife, and he needs to love us too, and he has to deal with all our imperfections. So don't just focus on your husband's issues, focus on yours first. Take the log out of your eye before you focus on the speck in your husband's eye. Noemi, please sit. Noemi, sit down. Thank you. Remember that never mind. Children care about an intact family. Our society would like to have us believe that divorce has no effect on children and it's not a big deal. Obviously, if you're in a volatile relationship, that affects them too. But don't be nonchalant about the effect of divorce on children. It is serious and it does matter. Being a child of divorce myself, I can speak for that. God is interested and involved in your marriage, working for the good of both spouses. Remember that you aren't in this alone. God is in this with you, and He is working for the good of both you and your husband and your marriage. So that makes me feel better that it's not all on me. God is helping me. Our marriage is encouragement to believers and a witness to those who don't know Christ. Again, especially in the climate of no-fault divorce, an intact marriage is a witness to unbelievers. Especially if there are difficulties, we can have a good testimony that we stuck together and that our marriage is intact and that we care about our vows and we care about each other and we love one another. Christ said, that others would know us by our love for one another. So no better place to make an example of that but in marriage. Marriage is a perfect place to do that. Families are worth fighting for. If you're having a difficult marriage and you just feel like throwing in the towel and you can't take it anymore, remember that this is a worthy fight. This is not, something that is unimportant. A family is definitely worth fighting for to keep your family together, and Satan wants to destroy it. I'll talk about that in another video. And remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I tell myself that every day. If I feel like I can't do something, I can't take it anymore, I can't do this and that, no matter what it is, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You're not alone. God is with you, and reach out to other believers too. We need to be more open about the struggles in our marriages so we can help each other. Okay, I hope this was a blessing to you. Bye. So anyway, we should need to die to ourselves and not focus on our selfish desires and even our needs to an extent. Hold on 1 second, my love. Babies are going crazy. When you serve your husband, you're serving God too. We need to realize that. No, honey, what's the matter? You want to sit on mommy's lap? No? Mommy is doing something right now. Can you wait, please? Come here. Come on. Noemi, come here. What's the matter? What's the matter? Noemi, mommy has to do something right now. Sit on my lap. Well, what do you want? What do you want? What? A snack? Yes? Okay. What do you want? Bunnies? Yes? Okay. Come on. They're on your table. They're on your table, love. What's that? That's a video. Okay? Okay.